Hello team, it's Professor Foreman. I wanted to check in with all of you to make sure that we're all under the same umbrella, seeing things the same way as it comes to the midterm project. So I'm going to cover this portion as well as go into the final project portion so that you're fully aware of what to expect and to ensure that everyone is crystal clear, because I don't want anyone to be concerned for not knowing fully what I'm trying to explain. So if you haven't already reviewed the midterm project document, it is part of the assignments and projects packet that is in the course information area. It's also a separate document that I've provided in the lesson folders since lesson 1. And what you're doing as an HR professional, HR manager for your company is that you are responsible for providing some recommendations to the CEO and possibly even the chief operating officer at the organization. This company can be a real business that you currently own or that you currently work for. It could be a business that you make up because it's one that you would like to own, or it's one that you just find interesting. As long as you can complete all of the deliverables that are outlined in the assignment and project folder, I don't care which route you take. I'm not concerned if you have no desire to own a company in the future. That's not the purpose of this class or the project. The purpose is to give you the ins and outs of what it means to manage human resources, what it means to be a human resource manager, director, so on and so forth. And so it doesn't matter what role you play in that, whether you're the founder, the CEO, whether you're a consultant, or whether you are over the HR department team, it doesn't matter. This is imperative and it's an integral component of any company, is to understand and how these functions and processes work, as well as how to implement them. So the midterm project consists of assignments 1 through 4. The final project will take assignments 1 through 4 and combine them with assignments 5 through 9. So at the end of the semester, I should see a compiled, comprehensive project that includes assignments 1 through 9. For the midterm section that you're going to be submitting in lesson 7, it will only have assignments 1 through 4. I outlined in the instructions what those assignments consist of, which folders you can find them in, right? And you can see what specific topics they cover. You will make any necessary corrections based on the grades and feedback that I provided. So when you open up your assignment Dropbox or your grade book and you open that assignment and you see what that grade is, look and see what the feedback that I provided. Based on that feedback, those are the changes that you need to make. If I said that your paper was perfect as is, then you're ready to now merge it into the project. What you're going to do is, when you're ready to merge these into one document, you're going to copy and paste each assignment one by one into a new Microsoft Word document. So you'll open up an entirely new document and copy and paste them. So just like how right here, I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to, it's either Command C, if you have an Apple, it's copy, I think it's Control C, I think, for other PCs. Then what I'm going to do is, I've done that, I'm going to now open a new blank document, and I'm now going to paste those into the new document, right? So now I have a brand new document. Here's what I will do for all 4 assignments into a brand new document. Once all 4 assignments are copied and pasted into this new document, you no longer need to go back to those old files because you have everything you need in this one document, right? Unless by chance you deleted something accidentally, then you can quickly retrieve it by going to an old file. But everything you need for the new project is here. Now, what you're going to need to do is once you do that, you would scroll down so that you leave room. And you could do this either one way. You could do it this way, or you can just use your title page. So for instance, in this document, my title page, I don't have it for this, I have it for the other project. But let's say you then have your title page. And so your title page would be the very first document in your new report, right? So whatever that is for your business report, that is what your first page I should see. The second page I should then see would not be assignment 1. The second page I should see would be your table of contents. And if you recall, I provided you with your table of contents already, right? It's right there. There's the overview table of contents. And I said here in the instructions, here's the very first page in your report, right after the title page. So you would just simply copy, and you then go and paste this onto page 2, right? This would now be page 2. So your title page is page 1. Page 2 is your table of contents. Right? And then, since you already have your assignments copied and pasted into the body of your document, it makes it easier so that you don't have to keep going from one document to another document, right? So then what you do is you have an introduction. Well, in each of your assignments, you should have had an introduction, right? If you did it correctly, there would be an introduction to each. So all you're going to do is when you scroll down to assignment 1, you'll copy and paste that quick introduction, and you'll paste it so that very first page. So this is page 2. So then that means page 3 will begin, assignment begins with the introduction, right? So what you're going to do on page 3, you will then copy and paste, or actually you won't copy paste, you'll cut and paste because everything's now in this one document. You'll cut and paste the introductions from assignments 1 through 4 here. You may have to modify, right? So that it sounds like, so it works. Well, I'll put works in harmony, right? So you're going to do that. You'll now have the introduction to your project. It's right there. The company overview, remember, that's in your, which assignment is that in? I've covered everything for you so you know right here where everything is. Where you see where it says report layout in your midterm instructions. So you see right here, company overview. It comes from assignment 2. So all you would do is go scroll down to assignment 2 in your new document, and you will cut and paste. So we're going to company overview from assignment 2. You're going to cut and paste. Now, HR management planning, that's going to be a whole new heading. So you're going to have a heading that says HR, what did I say? Management planning. And just like for the other ones, right? For introduction, make sure that there's a heading, right? The heading says introduction. And so to make sure it's clear, you can put it in bold. You can also use the heading features. You can use the heading features in Microsoft Word, which will actually help to create this table of contents as well. I'm just trying to make it easy for you, but you can do it this way as well. That's the way a table of contents is formed. You have your introduction, then company overview, right, would be another heading, which would also be bold. So then that lets me know that it is a heading. It separates it. HR management planning is now a heading. And you would literally cut and paste the information from, where is that? HR management planning. That section is in assignment 2, as is the mission and vision statement, the talent management section, development and training, managing talent for success. All of this, all the way through manager and leader development, all comes from assignment 2. So you would then cut and paste that information from assignment 2 here, and then do the same for the heading, the headings from company, mission and vision statements, all the way to management and leader development. I want to see, be sure to do the header. Be sure to have the headers, the headings, headers, however you want to look at it. Okay? Then you would proceed from there. Right after that, I need to see that HR SWOT analysis. So you're going to then proceed with doing the HR SWOT analysis. So you then have the next heading would be SWOT analysis. Oops, undo. Right? The next heading would be SWOT analysis, and this comes, so you're going to cut and paste this from assignment 3 section. So you're just going to scroll through this business report, go to that section, assignment 3, and you will then cut and paste it and put it in the SWOT analysis section. Understand this you'll have multiple pages, right? You're going to go through the entire document now, cutting and pasting from this one document the contents that align with this, because I've already given you the layout and shown you exactly where these items are in which assignments. It makes this easier. When you get to the conclusion part, right? When you get to conclusion, that's after you've put everything in all the way through assignment 4. You're going to then create the conclusion. That's the header for conclusion, and that conclusion will be the combined conclusions for assignments 1 through 4. I'm making it easy for you so you don't have to put the thought into it. Right? So you're now going to go through, because you've gone through and you've now extract those conclusions, and you'll put them here in order. And that then gives your overarching viewpoint of what this document is representing. It's going to blend that in, right? And then after that, what you're going to do is you need your reference page. So on a new page, you put your reference page, right? You start your reference page. It's also called a reference list. So on a brand new page, you'll have, and it's going to say references, not works cited, none of the other descriptors. It is references. That lets you know this is APA format, right? References. What you're going to then do is cut and paste. Let me take this off. You're going to cut and paste each reference from assignments 1 through 4, right? Because each of your assignments, you had to have a reference list, a reference page at the end of each of those assignment documents. You're going to cut and paste them and make sure that the sources are listed on the page alphabetically, right? So if you have Bateman and Snell, and then you have Debris, and you have Smith, and whatever else you have, they have to be in order by author's last name or source. Because a website may not have a specific author to it, right? So it could be Google. You got something, extracted something from Google. Then Google would be right after Debris. Okay, but it would be before Namath. So that's how you would do it. You'll then make sure that you, and I want to make sure that you guys are using Grammarly.com to do this work, right? To make sure that you are, spelling, grammar, punctuation, and formatting error-free. So let me do this. Oh my goodness. Let me hyperlink it this way. I'm going to do it this way because it's going to just be easier for you. Here. Oh, it still doesn't want to comply. Oh. Your instructor, huh? There. So I'm going to quickly take you to Grammarly. Hopefully it doesn't give me doesn't cause me much grief. Oh, it doesn't want to work with me. Yeah, it doesn't want to work with me. So hold on a second. I'll just do it this way. We'll just do it this way because I'm going to also show you guys how to and that's weird. It doesn't want to do it that way. Anyway, I want you guys to use Grammarly. I'm not going to waste much more time because I don't like long videos. I want you guys to use Grammarly. It's free. It's web-based. It'll then help you check all that. You can even download the software onto your computers if necessary. You can copy and paste and put it right in Grammarly. It's also very beneficial when you're doing your discussion posts, emails, anything else. So once you do that, you will then submit this document to the assignment Dropbox. You're going to go into Blackboard, click on Lesson 7, and when you go into Lesson 7, you will see it says Midterm Project. You'll click on that, and that is the assignment Dropbox. You will upload both the report and your PowerPoint. So let me cover the PowerPoint really quick. In the past, I've had students provide me presentations from different, and this isn't just for my HR management classes, it's for other classes that I've taught here at Atlanta Technical College, where they've used either PowerPoint, Prezi, Google Slides. I'll accept any of those. Here's the thing. When you use PowerPoint, it will actually be a downloadable file that you can then upload, right? It's something that you can upload into Blackboard and I can download and see it. If you use Google Slides or if you use Prezi, both of those will provide you with a web link, a URL, right? Just like how this is a web link. You see that? HTTP, there's the web link. The same is true for those. It will provide you that link. When you go to submit your project into the Midterm Project Dropbox in Lesson 7, you will upload the business report, and then you will, in the comment section, you will copy and paste the web link to your online Google Slide or Prezi presentation. If, on the other hand, you are using PowerPoint, that means when you go to the Dropbox for the project, you will be uploading 2 files at one time. You'll upload one, then the other one. And depending on which computer you use, sometimes you can do them at the same time, where you just hold the command or the control button and it'll let you highlight both. If not, just make it easy. Upload them both at the same time, then submit them as one submission. One submission, people. Not 2, not 3. You don't need to keep resubmitting looking for anything. As I've stated in previous videos and in announcements, there is a green notification that will be at the top of your Blackboard screen when you submit your file. That lets you know that it's been submitted. When it's submitted, it's done. If you have questions about your submission, like whether I received it, right? Then just email me, okay? And then I'll let you know. But just like you've been doing for your other assignments, with the confidence that was received, is the same that you should have with the project. That's what you have to do. That's all you have to do. If you are taking an online only class with me, it's only online. That's all you have to do for the project. If you're taking this class with me and you are one of my hybrid students, then you will submit this, and then the following week, during midterms week, you will show up for class to then present your presentation in front of the class. So I want to make sure that's crystal clear. Now, if you have questions about how to copy and paste this, and what to copy and paste in the PowerPoint, it's simple. Your PowerPoint should not have like all of this on one slide. That's just way too much. This is reasonable. Preferably, you want about, like this much at most, right? On a slide. Less is more when it comes to PowerPoints. When it has a ton of stuff like all of this, it makes it very painful for people that are in your audience watching this or viewing it from, their laptops. It's just painful. It's like they call it death by PowerPoint. That's what they call it. So less is more. I would rather you have more slides with less content that makes it easier for me to really understand what you're saying, versus you inundating me with a lot of information that makes me want to close your presentation. So just like you did the copy and paste into one whole document, what you're going to then do is you will copy and paste. You'll have a new title page for your PowerPoint, and you will then copy and paste the table of contents onto the second slide. And then your third slide will have the heading Introduction, and that's where you will copy and paste the introduction that you put in your business report. You will then copy and paste it now, and it may take more than one slide. You may need to minimize it. I'm not sure how extensive some of your introductions are. Then the third, or what may be your fourth slide, would be your company overview. Your fifth slide would begin the HR management planning section. That may be multiple slides. The slides after that would be your company mission and vision statements. That may require 2 slides. Then you'll have a slide for talent management. That may be multiple slides. And the same is true for all of these. When you get down to your org chart, that should be really just about one slide. When you get to HR SWOT analysis, if you just have the chart, your SWOT chart, then that should just be one slide. These slides down here may be one or more slides. You're not putting all of the information from your report into the PowerPoint. You're only putting the most important content. But I need to see that it encompasses these headers, these topics. You can't leave out any of these topics. Each of these need to be represented in your PowerPoint. But you're going to extract what the most important and valuable information from each of these. And then when you get to the conclusion, you'll have a slide for the conclusion. And you'll just get the most valuable information to put in that PowerPoint. Because no one wants to be reading and it's like, okay, it's just too much. Then you'll have slides for your references. Now, this is the only part in your presentation that you can reduce the font size in your PowerPoint. And so this right here, this font right here is a size 12. This is fine. This is standard for your business reports. When you guys are doing your PowerPoints, on the other hand, your font size needs to be much larger for the PowerPoint. It needs to be like 28, if not larger, right? Aim for much larger font size for the PowerPoint. 36 works great for a PowerPoint, okay? 48 works great for a PowerPoint, but you notice the larger the font, the less room that you're gonna have available. But it is perfect for like for in-class presentations, on-site meetings where people aren't sitting up too close to a screen or it's not on their computer. So aim anywhere between the 36 and 48 font is perfect for your slides. All right. Please do not submit a PowerPoint with 12 to 16 point font. When you get to the reference page, that's where I will give you an allowance. Because you may have tons of references. Your reference page, I will accept 14 to 16 font. Okay, I'll accept that. 16 font is fine. It may take up, 2 or 3 slides. So you can do anywhere between the 14 to 16. But for the bulk of your PowerPoint, I need to see a larger font size. I provided you with links to online sources, and I also told you to search on YouTube, right? Because so that you can be able to see the various types of PowerPoint presentations and what is acceptable, what is expected, and versus what's not. So hopefully all of this information that I've shared with you has been beneficial. I broke down exactly what's expected for the PowerPoint outline. I said it should be at least 15 slides. That does not mean a maximum of 15 slides. That means I don't want to see less than 15 slides for that PowerPoint or Prezi or Google Slides. I also gave you things to remember so that you make sure that you're looking online for examples for business reports and PowerPoint slides. Remember, this is not a marketing class, so this is not a marketing report that you're presenting. This is an HR planning report and presentation. Make sure that you include a few pictures in your PowerPoint for visual effect. Don't use too many colors. Don't use colors that don't complement the company and the industry that you're in. So if you're in construction and your company colors are blue, red, and white, or red, black, and gray, that means your PowerPoint shouldn't be pink, teal, and purple. Does that make sense? It needs to be complementary. You have to also make sure that you don't use too many colors, no more than 3 font colors, and being mindful of the fact that also it can be an impairment to people with visual restrictions and limitations. Make sure that the background of your PowerPoint as well as your report is professional. It's not too busy, too dark, too colorful. It becomes a distraction. When you're doing your PowerPoint, make sure you don't put too many pictures on one slide. It becomes cluttered. You don't want clutter on any of your slides. You want more white space on a slide. White space is the space between your sentences and paragraphs. You see the white space right here? Now, you see when these are single line, you see everything is kind of condensed. That's the reason why in academic papers we have you guys double space. It creates white space. You see that? It breaks up the page more. It eases the reader's eyes. It also makes it easy for you to find information. So I want you, once again, I provided the link to Grammarly in the packet as well as in this individual breakdown. Make sure that you proofread your report and presentation to make sure it sounds professional. And this project is worth 100 points. 50 points for the business report, 50 points for the PowerPoint. If you are one of my hybrid students, you also are earning an additional 25 points for presenting this in class. If you are not a hybrid student, if you only are taking my class online, at this point, there's no online presentation live, right, that we're going to be doing. I am working towards having a feature for that in Blackboard. You cannot make up the project. If you don't turn it in on time, you'll receive 0 points. Now, I want to make sure that you understand that the midterm project, then when it's concluded, it starts the next phase for your final project. All you will do for the final project is, the last thing that you did before you do your conclusion, all you're going to do is go back into that project, and your title page may change because maybe you put midterm project on the title page. So instead now you'll put final project, right? And what you're going to then do is you will start assignment 5 where you left off at assignment 4, but you'll make sure that you push the conclusion to the end, right? So you're going to make sure that conclusion always stays. So what you do is, for instance, let's say this is the end of assignment 4, and here's where the conclusion started. Well, that's going to now be your new conclusion, right? And so you're going to push that down before you begin copying and pasting assignment 5. And when you do assignment 5 and so on and so forth, you will then do the same steps that you did for the midterm project all the way through. When you get to the end, you'll find a way to condense that conclusion to make it more solid. But hopefully this is everything that you need. I hope that it's clarified, it's crystal clear, that we're all under the same accord. We all know what is expected. This is due in lesson 7. And yes, also in lesson 7, you have your first exam. It flows that way. Okay, so make sure that you're on time, that you're prepared. If you have questions, please email me. I'll see you in the course room.